Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. Hope all of you are fine and we have met after a long break. So I have come with a new video of the beginning of the NPTEL course from July to December, and this video is about the week 1 and assignment 1 of problem solving through programming in C course. So please watch the video till the end, because if you watch the video till the end you will be able to note those changes if I make in between the video. So don't skip the video and watch the video till the end. Here the first question: the intermediate medium for communication between human and computer is called. Human and computer, we give the program source code, and there are two intermediate translators used for communication. There are interpreter and compiler. Interpreter we use in Java and Python, and compiler for C and Java and also. So option D, both B and C is the correct answer. Second question: which one of the following is most appropriate? Here all we have comparisons between flowchart and pseudocode. So the correct explanation is option B. Flowchart is basically a diagrammatic representation of algorithm, whereas in pseudocode, normal English language is translated into the programming languages to be worked on. So the answer for second question is option B. And coming to third question, what is a pseudocode? So previously we have seen the pseudocode. What a pseudocode is: an equivalent of flowchart. Actually A could be the answer, but we know that pseudocode is also English like statements and also steps to write a program. So I am going with option D, all of the above. if you have any if you feel that A itself is the answer, comment in the comment section. Not only for this, for every question, if you feel any different answer, please feel free to comment in the comment section. And moving on to fourth question: compiler helps in the translation from. So the answer is compiler helps converting HLL to MLL, that is option C, high level language to machine level language. We have translator, compiler, from high level language to translate to machine language. Fifth one: computer memory, which is used to store programs and data currently being processed by CPU. Here the term currently is very important. Currently being processed. The answer is option B, RAM. So mark option B as correct answer for fifth question. And coming to sixth question, x is an integer 1 2 3 4, and we are going to print the value of y, and percentage, here it is not percentage, it is modulo operator. It gives you the remainder, it calculates the remainder, and backward slash, it gives you the quotient of division operation. So here we have algorithm. First we are going to read x, that is 1 2 3 4, and y is equal to 0, and we perform according to y and x. If x equal to, here given 1 2 3 4 x, y value 0, we perform the operations y and x. If we get x equal to 0, we will get to print that value, otherwise the loop again goes to the previous operation. So we will continue the y and x incremented values, and finally after this loop we will go to print of y. Y is the latest value before the loop got terminated, so we will get to print the y value, and we are going to stop that. So the answer for sixth is option C, that is 4321. The reverse, we will get just the reverse of the given number. And seventh question, the flowchart calculates HCF of two numbers A and B, where A greater than or equal to B, and the following blanks 1 and 2 calculate the HCF. If you see this, use Euclidean algorithm for finding HCF of two numbers. They have given hint. Here there are two statements left blank. Without leaving the blank, they are numbered it as 1 and also 2. Here we have to replace these two numbers with the given option statements. So if we perform this for the HCF, we will get the answer A is equal to B and B is equal to R. Actually we have in option B, but it's not option B, it is option D, because another condition for first statement, R should be is equal to 0. So we have R is equal to 0 with option C and D, but second condition, A is equal to B and B is equal to R. So by using these two statements, we will come to the conclusion that it is option D. So mark option D as correct answer. So fourth option, option D is correct for seventh question. And moving on to eighth question. Let's read the question first. The input 10 from the user is 6. What is the output of the algorithm? Here I is first we are going to read I equal to 1, x equal to 1. If I less than n is 6. What is the I value? 1. 1 less than 6. So it is yes, I is equal to I plus 1. Next step, that is 1 plus 1, 2. Here x equal to x into 1. X equal to previous x value 1. 1 into I value 1, 2. So 1 into 2. X is 2. So like this, I is equal to 2 and x equal to 2, and loop go on processing until you will get I greater than or equal to n. So if you get 6 less than or equal to 6, until then 5 less than 6 is valid, 6 less than 6 is not valid. So their loop stops, and if you follow this no, then you will going to print the latest value of x. That means condition the value of x if condition 5 less than 6, that means previous condition. So the value of x in the condition of 5 less than 6, we will going to print previous x value. So for this x value, the answer is option B, that is 720. So mark option B 720 as correct answer for 8th question. And coming to last but one question, that is 9th question. What is algorithm? The algorithm is, answer is option A. Process or set of rules to be followed in calculations or other problem solving operations, especially by a computer. We will give algorithm and it should be followed by the computer. So mark option A as correct answer for 9th question. So answer is option A, that is first option. And coming to the final question, that is 10th question. The ALU unit of a computer. What is ALU? ALU means arithmetic logic unit. Arithmetic and logic unit. So here name itself replicates, it can perform both arithmetic and also logical operations. So mark option D as correct answer for, option C as correct answer for 10th question, that is option C, third option. So friends, I am going to submit these answers. So that's it from the today's video about problem solving through programming in C. So let's meet in the next video. If you like this video, please like the video, share to your friends and subscribe our channel. Keep supporting us like this. Until then, be safe, be happy. Thank you. Bye.